Get ready to take the challenge on this edition of the Seacoast Sports Forum. I'm Sherm Chester, and on this special edition of the Seacoast Sports Forum, we have two gentlemen, a father and son duo, Joe and Brady Quinn, and they're going to be taking on the PanMass Challenge on August 5th and 6th. Let's go up to Exeter High School, where we got a chance to talk to the two of them. And Joe has been an educator in the Exeter system, as well as a coach for the Exeter teams for years. Yes. And Brady, we'll get to you in a second. But Coach, tell us a little something about your days with the Exeter school system, and then we'll get into why we're here today.
Oh, my days with the Exeter school system have been great. I started coaching here in, I believe it was 2002. Started to teach in 2008, I think it was. And it's just been a great experience. I started out with football. Coach Ball, which has been a great experience, a great learning experience. Learning something new every day with him, and then started coaching softball also with Coach Morissette. I think I did it. I started about 20 years ago. My daughter asked me. I figured I'll do it for a couple of years, and 20 some odd years later, I'm still doing it. And the teaching has been great too. The kids are great. It's just been a great experience.
And Brady, being a graduate of EHS, tell us, well, that experience, but also where you stand today.
Yeah, graduating from Exeter High School and growing up here, what an awesome place to grow up and surround yourself with amazing people. There are friends today that I still have, the greatest connections with from my athletic career and from going to school here. We're still very connected and going to golf with a few of them later on today. So can't say enough good things about this community and the people that end up here.
I didn't get invited on that golfing round either.
What is your handicap? My handicap in golf is just picking up the clubs, believe me. I want to explain to folks the reason we're here today is something special you two are going to be involved in. It's the PanMass Challenge that supports Dana Farber. And people who aren't familiar with PanMass Challenge, I'm going to have your dad explain that first.
Okay, so the PanMass Challenge is it's a 190-mile bike ride from Sturbridge to Provincetown on August 5th and 6th. And it's, I think Brady's got the numbers better. I think it's about 60% of the fundraising that's done for the Jimmy Fund. So it's pretty big and an important fundraiser to the Jimmy Fund.
And when? That's the important part. And where?
Yeah, so as he mentioned, we're going to be going from Sturbridge all the way to Provincetown. Day one is about 110 miles, and then day two will be about 70 to 80 miles. So August 5th and 6th, we'll be sweating it out.
It's a big challenge, and that's PanMass Challenge, obviously. Now, how I'm going to ask you before we go back to your dad. How do you prep for this?
Well, that's something that's new to me. Biking has never really been something that I have been big involved with. But a few years ago, I bought myself a Peloton, so I'm doing about 100 miles a week right now. And then, starting as the weather gets nice like it is today, we're going to start doing a lot of outdoor training as well.
Okay, now to Dad, Joe. What was the impetus for getting involved with the PanMass Challenge for you two guys?
So it was a little over 5 years ago that Brady got sick. Brady was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma during his fifth year at college. He was in a 6-year program. And this fall, he will be cancer-free for 5 years. So I had said to him, I says, we have to do something to celebrate that, and whatever you choose to do, I'm in 100%. I'm with you. Now, I'll be 100% honest. When I said that, I thought he might choose like a cruise or maybe a beach vacation somewhere. So a couple months ago, he said to me, I had decided what I want to do. I said, great. Where are we going? What are we doing? And that's when he told me the PanMass Challenge. So I went from having a cold drink on the deck of a boat to a 190-mile bike ride, but I said I was in, so I'm in.
Well, how are you prepping for it?
It's been tough, with teaching and coaching, and the weather we've had lately, to get really out on the bike. So I do a lot of indoor bike at school, and just starting to ride now. Like I rode to practice this morning. I'm riding back home today, and I don't know if I'm getting 100 miles a week, but I'd say I'm getting close to it.
Now, what about equipment? Now, do you guys have to have special equipment for the ride?
Yeah, definitely. A bike that can that can make it that far is step number one. So yeah, my dad just bought himself a fancy new bike. He has a beautiful one that you can lift up with one finger. I'm working on getting a new one as well. So.
Do you have sponsorships for the PanMass Challenge? I guess that's the most important part.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're always looking to involve anyone who wants to be a part of the team that we are riding with. A team of 4, a father-son duo, Samuel Klamarzik, who graduated from Exeter High School the same year as me, and his father are also riding in it. And we have a team Riding Irish, and we're really looking for any sponsors. We've sent out several letters to companies just to see how they could be involved and get their branding on a shirt, on some banisters, on some posters as well. So there's several fundraising efforts that we're going through and working on every day.
Now, when your dad came to you and said, "Hey, 5 years cancer-free, let's do something special," and you decided to do the PanMass Challenge, what was the process behind that?
It's always been something that's been on my mind ever since I went through my treatment. My treatment was 12 chemotherapies at Dana Farber Cancer Institute, and from the minute that I was diagnosed, whether it was college communities at URI where I was at the time, or my community from back home, everyone surrounded me and gave me an immense amount of support throughout treatment, throughout everything. And really, that was my biggest motivator, was to give back to these communities that gave me so much and made me feel surrounded and loved and cared for from the minute that I stepped into the hospital all the way through and continuing to today.
Well, people have heard over the years, thanks to the Red Sox with the Jimmy Fund, about Dana Farber and then the PanMass Challenge over the past couple of decades now. Tell us about the folks at Dana Farber. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Going through treatment there, from the people that valet your car, to your oncologists, to the nurses that are with you in every infusion. That team is amazing and unbelievable to work with, and actually inspired me a little bit. I'm a pharmacist myself. Inspired me a little bit to be involved with that, and I now work in inpatient oncology at Maine Medical Center. So that gave me a little bit of drive to do the work similar to what they do.
Now, Joe, from being in the position 5 years ago of hearing that Brady had some serious illness going on, and those folks at Dana Farber were in charge of helping him out. Just give me, well, first off, the effect when you heard the words cancer, and then, again, when you knew he was under the care of Dana Farber.
So yeah, I do remember those moments where I heard that. It was hard. It was hard. And I can remember, wanting to say, hey, everything's going to be okay, but really couldn't convince myself that things were going to be okay. So at that point in time, that's really when I said to him, I just put my arm around him and told him that, I was going to be there with him every step of the way. And the people at Dana Farber, like he said, they couldn't have been better. They were just great in every turn. They, just everything we needed, emotionally, mentally, physically, they were just outstanding. And it is nice to be able to give back to them.
I think a lot of us, or just about all of us have been affected by losing somebody from cancer. I just recently lost my nephew, excuse me, to cancer, and it's this PanMass Challenge and the Jimmy Fund, and just to help the folks at Dana Farber, help folks that are going through it, and hopefully someday down the road with all the research, we can do something to prevent it. I love the fact that you guys are doing it as a tandem. And then you have friends that are going to be helping you out on the race too. So I say race, it's not a race. What would you call this, a marathon? Really, when you think about it, it is a marathon.
So, yeah.
Just, again, people want to get involved to help you guys out, to support you guys in the race. Tell us some of the places that they can contact.
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, just pmc.org. In the upper right-hand corner, there's a link that says donate. You can find Brady Quinn, myself, Joe Quinn, Samuel Klamarzik, and his father, Kevin Klamarzik, just by searching. And then you can also search for the team. And by searching for the team, it's an all-inclusive team Ryden Irish, and that will be the team. And then also all my socials are completely open, Instagram and Facebook, and I post updates and new fundraising initiatives that we're going through on a weekly, if not monthly, if not weekly basis.
And then two things I want to bring out. One is you have like a tune-up ride that you're getting involved with Sam. Tell us something about that.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a tune-up ride from Portland, Maine, which is where I currently reside, all the way down to Portsmouth. It'll be about 60 to 70 miles. So that'll be July 8th, and we're going to be riding in the morning there, and we'll be finishing at a bar, still writing out the contract with everything there, in Portsmouth, where we'll be having a fundraiser there immediately after finishing the 60 to 70 mile ride. Both of our fathers will be joining us as well. Hopefully we get going nice and early in the morning, so it's not too hot on July 8th.
When you said yes that you do this, did you know this was going to be such a challenge?
No, I had no idea, none whatsoever. I mean, I've had this the bike that I have for a while, and just never really rode it much. And it was like, okay, we got to get going here. So had no idea it was going to be as much as it is. But I'm excited and looking forward to it.
And there's another element that your dad found out about, that he's going to be going down to Fenway Park. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so the Jimmy Fund and Dana Farber, they do a really great initiative for the teams involved in the PanMass Challenge called the Pedal Partner Initiative. And essentially what that is we are teamed up with a local child that's going through a battle with cancer. And so we paired up with a local child from Somersworth, New Hampshire, a little 4-year-old girl, and we're going to be meeting with her for this pedal partner party, and she'll hopefully be able to attend to some of our fundraising efforts as we continue to ride for her and support her through her diagnosis.
And what days will that be at Fenway? Do you know yet?
Yes, that's the 13th, May 13th. May 13th. We are meeting. Her name is Izzy. We Mom and Dad did give her permission to use her name. Izzy Griffith Hansen, and she's from Somersworth. And we hopefully meeting with her today around 5:30 and meeting the whole family. And we're looking forward to it.
Excellent. Well, I wish you all the best. This is a great cause that you're doing it for. I wish, I'm too old to get involved with something like that, I'd say. But something under the circumstances, any age can do it, and any age should get involved to help a great cause like the PanMass Challenge for Dana Farber. And what a son, and dad type of thing to do. This is great. And for Father's Day, happy Father's Day, Dad. They are two special gentlemen, father and son duo Joe and Brady Quinn, taking on the PanMass Challenge August 5th and 6th. And don't forget, Brady and his friend Sam Klamarzik are going to have a tune-up ride and a fundraiser on July 8th. That'll be from Portland to Portsmouth. A great way to support a tremendous organization, the Jimmy Fund, and especially Dana Farber Cancer Institute, for all of the remarkable work they do for folks of all ages. And we've all been affected by cancer, with family and friends fighting that battle. And I'd like to dedicate this program and my support to Joe and Brady in memory of my nephew, Andrew Scammon. On behalf of Joe, Brady, and their pedal partner for the PanMass Challenge, Izzy, this is Sherm Chester, inviting you to join us for the next edition of the Seacoast Sports Forum. You can listen to the Seacoast Sports Forum on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to watch the episodes of the Seacoast Sports Forum on our Seacoast Sports Forum YouTube page. And when you're there, hit the bell to subscribe and like us. And if you have any sports photos or game videos you'd like to send us or comments, seacoastsportsforum@yahoo.com. This is Sherm Chester inviting you to join us for the next edition of the Seacoast Sports Forum.